Well, we've got a devlog, and it's Russian. Let's take a look. This is the 9P149 Shturm-S. This is effectively an ATGM carrier, very interesting looking, effectively a BMP without a turret. So, getting into this, we're going to start off with the pros and cons that Gaijin have listed in this development blog. First off, the Shturm and Attacker ATGMs, so it's an anti-tank vehicle, not anti-aircraft or anti-heli, though ATGMs, of course, can be used fairly easily, actually, to kill helicopters and possibly in some cases aircraft if you know what you're doing. Low profile, as you can see in the video, you see this thing passing under the gun of a tank. I believe it's an AMX-30 by the looks of it. That's what I think it is. I think it's an AMX-30 Buenos, but it still passes under the gun. Very low profile. And also, it is an amphibious vehicle, so it can obviously swim, effectively. It can go through rivers and such. Cons, poor defense. It's an ATGM carrier. Most of the ATGM carriers in the game are very lightly armored, so this does seem to line up with that. And also, easy prey from the air. Despite being low, it looks like it is actually quite a long and wide vehicle. So it would likely be fairly visible from the air, so could possibly be a major weakness there for this aircraft. So this is, in real life, the MTLB is a well-known multi-purpose personnel carrier. This is the variant of that fitted with the Shturm-S missile system. So this is effectively an armoured personnel carrier with ATGMs, 130mm caliber ATGMs to be exact. And if you see in the video, it looks like we have a nice new animation where the ATGM sort of cartridge falls off of the launcher after firing, and then the launcher retracts back down into the vehicle, loads a new ATGM, and then comes back out with a new one. So a nice little animation there from Gaijin, similar in a way to the shell cartridge ejection system that we've seen on tanks like the T-72. So a nice little animation there from Gaijin. Of course, in the video, it also says fast and nimble. It's a small, low-profile vehicle, or at least low-profile for one thing, that's fairly quick, has ATGMs. I feel like this could be fun. Now, it looks like the ATGM is the only weapon on this vehicle. I feel like this is going to be one of those vehicles where you need to keep a distance, snipe from a long range with the ATGMs, and really just try and avoid close enemy contact, because otherwise it is likely going to be taken out quite easily. So getting into the actual text of the devblog itself, first off, they say it's going to be a tier 6 vehicle. Yesterday's Bradley devblog said that that would be a tier 6 initially, and then they edited it to say tier 7. So do keep in mind this could be a spelling error, although at the moment it says tier 6. And it does say it has 12 missiles in stock. So you have 12 missiles to fire, and I believe no other weapons, although we will find out as we go through the devlog. So join the ranks of the Soviet rocket systems. Of course, at the moment, I believe the top pure ATGM carrier is the IT-1, although do correct me if I am wrong. As they say, a lethal and stealthy hunter of the enemy armor. Lightweight, so of course lightweight, it is fairly quick, 60 kilometers per hour top speed. And also 10 kilometers an hour when going in reverse. So some Russian MBTs especially, iffy reverse speed. This one though, you have a good reverse speed, so it could be good for darting forward, firing the missile and reversing back. Although the ATGM is at the back of the vehicle, so maybe if you can rotate the ATGM placement, a good idea would be to reverse out and then drive forward, just so you don't have to expose your entire vehicle. So, obviously, also amphibious, light vehicle. It's amphibious. It definitely looks like an amphibious vehicle. And it does also say, even at most, though, the armor at best is around 14mm of thickness. So, you know, it does say it was never intended to be deployed at the front line. So, in War Thunder, it's obviously going to be in a situation that it wasn't designed for, not in small map locations where you're going to be close to the MBTs. It was designed for long-range ATGM sort of sniping at best in real life. So this is capable. The ATGM itself is capable of reaching enemy units as far as 5 kilometers away, so shouldn't have an issue with some helicopters. And the missile does have a penetration capacity of 560 millimeters, although it does also have the Attacker ATGM, which I believe is on some helis as well, and this can penetrate up to 800mm. So you have the initial missile, the Shturm, which is of course the vehicle's namesake, with 560mm of pen, and then the Attacker ATGM with 800mm of pen. So these shouldn't have really an issue, and of course this can carry up to 12 missiles. which is certainly pretty good there. So, and also on water, top speed on water of 6 kilometers per hour. Not much, but it will do. But yeah, so this vehicle is, as Gaijin say, a rather frail yet lethal combat vehicle, especially if you're good at ambush tactics. I wouldn't say ambush, I would say hold back, try and get to a nice sniping position and use the ATGMs. Of course, you can push, it will depend. Most of the ATGM vehicles you have to stop to fire. If that's the case with this one, I would say hold back. If you can fire on the move though, I would say it's fine just to yeet in there and just yeet an ATGM into someone. That could probably do a lot of damage. But anyway, the new Soviet ATGM carrier will of course be appearing in War Thunder Update 1.89 alongside many other things, including the Imperial Japanese Navy. So let me know what you think of this vehicle. I think it's interesting for sure. Nice little sneaky boy there for the Russians. Maybe 800 mil of pen on that top attacker ATGM is a tiny bit overpowered, but we will have to wait and see on that. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. If you did enjoy, please consider smashing the like button, maybe even subscribe to the channel if you do. That would be massively appreciated. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.